Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It's your old pal Van Dweller back with more stupid Tetris Monthly No Bar November 2025. And what we have got for you right now is a top 16 match. So let us take a look at how we got here. It's the red and the pink top 16. It's going to be Huff versus Steelce and Knight versus Bendy. Steelce defeated Tetris and Lucas Swang in rounds 1 and round 2. And then Sky defeated Big Pile Guam, and then Bendy defeated Sky in round 2 to get here to this top 16 match against Knight. Huff and Knight will be playing their first matches here in No Bars, because in virtue of their top 8 qualifiers, they get a 2-round bye. So that is pretty good for them. We'll see how they can fare in this one. So 3 matches for all y'all. All y'all. I don't know. You guys don't know. You guys don't even know what that is. It's like we have household memes, right? Things that like Sue and I understand from the internet that wouldn't be funny to anybody else. And all y'all is one of them. So you guys have no idea what it is. And I'm not going to tell you. All right. So there it is. You'll just have to figure it out or wait for Vandy late night. And anyway, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Let's take a look at the overall top 16 situation. Yes. We have almost a full top 16. We're still waiting on the teal bracket so we can start doing stuff on the other side. That's going to be Allenbot versus Colby, who will eventually take on Blue Scooty. But yeah, today, right now, Huff, Steelce, Knight, Bendy, winner versus winner. And I guess I didn't hit here. Let me announce real quick. I'm a little bit off today. I had a weird morning, so I'm a little off. I forgot to announce. Let's make sure that happens. Hold up, you're about to mention 1,000 people. Yep, I'm mentioning you. There you go. If you're in the Discord, you are mentioned. All right, let's take a look at our rules. The rules are that this is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players play an emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified. They can use any controllers as long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions. Use whether electronic or mechanical, biological, turbo only. The matches are best of 5, so the first player to 3 wins is the winner of the match. Level 18 starts. No same piece sets. Drought settings. Set it to I, as in I love Kingsman. No in-game advice, so nobody in your ear or in the room telling you how you should play or about your opponent's board state or any other information. It's just one mind per game. That is it, okay? Good. If you do experience tech issues like with OBS or your internet or your computer or whatever, just keep playing. And I will make a determination about whether the score counts or the game continues or whatever. Don't pause and go, yeah, this isn't going to count, right? Should I continue or not or what? Just keep playing and I will give you further instructions. And if you don't listen to commentary, well, I guess you're going to have to look at chat every once in a while. Or we'll just try to, I don't know, I guess we'll call you on the phone and tell you to stop playing. I don't know. Anyway, the winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which stands right now at $790. We are almost there. We're 79% of the way toward our goal, 21% to go. That's easy. We could just chip that in. Yeah, if we get to $1,000, we can pay our top 8. Right now, we're paying our top 4. We love to pay our top 8 because, well, you know, it's good to pay more players. They feel like, maybe if I'm not even that good this month, maybe I'll win a couple matches and get into the prize pool and I'll get a prize, you know? So it's a little bit motivating to the players. And here's the thing. Thanks for the raid, Adam Irish. Here's the thing. Okay, stupid Tetris Monthly has a different player mix than we normally have in our regular Masters or even DAS Masters. So this is kind of an opportunity for players who maybe don't get to play in a prize granting tournament to play a prize, I can't even talk, prize granting tournament, right? So they have the opportunity to win a prize. So that's nice for them, isn't it? It is. Okay, if you want to support the prize pool, well, yeah, you have to, because there's nobody else supporting it, okay? There's no sponsors. I don't have a trust fund. There's no foundation for Tetris prize pools that's supporting this. It's you guys, 100% funded by you, the fans and viewers. Use that Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. I will put it in for the first time, but yeah, that'll bring up some links. The one that says STM no bars, that is the right one. Click on that. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner is a login button. Click on that to log in. You can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube or Discord account. Once you are logged in, look at the right side of the screen. You'll see a button that says contribute. Click on that to contribute. A window will open up. You can enter an amount and you can hit contribute, and then it'll ask you, how do you want to pay? PayPal or a card or whatever, and choose one of those and pay. It's easy and fun to contribute to the Stupid Masters prize pool, and any amount is good, whether you got $1, $5, $25, $100, or even $210. We'll take that. So yeah, that is good. So anyway, that's how to support the players. To support the channel, that's something you can do. You can go to patreon.com/monthlytetris and make an ongoing pledge of support to help keep this channel going. You know, we've more than doubled the number of tournaments. We've doubled the size of the tournaments. We're bringing you more classic Tetris than any other stream or channel or venue or whatever. We're bringing you more than anyone. We're here and we are giving you Tetris like all the time. And, we're also streaming at all hours of the day, like just different hours. Hell, we did an amazing stream last night, 8 hours of the prize slide for No Cap November. So what an amazing stream that was. If you want to support content like that, please consider helping us out. Go to patreon.com/monthlytetris. Just like the people on this slide have done. Scott Gray, Jane the Window, K9, Tacky, Madelsberger, Corporal Shalby, Junior, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cat, Javin T, Jason, Sunny, and everybody else on this slide. Thank you so much. You use a support command. You can bring up some other ways. Like if you don't like Patreon, some people don't. That's fine. I get it. You don't have to. But there are some other ways to support us, and they can be brought up with that support command. Like if you wanted to make a recurring contribution, sort of Patreon-like, you can go to use the Streamlabs link or the PayPal link, and that'll work. Or you can make one-time contributions via your favorite, cash transfer app. So whatever. Thank you so much to everybody who is contributing and keeping this channel going. By the way, if you're on YouTube, you've got super chats and stickers and channel memberships and gift channel memberships. So that's all stuff you can do to support if you're on YouTube. And on Twitch, you've got bits you can contribute. You've got you can subscribe to the channel. You can gift a subscription. You can gift multiple subscriptions. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can use your Twitch Prime gaming sub that you get every single month. But it is use it or lose it, right? You can't save them and stack them or whatever. It's use it or lose it. So don't lose it. At least use it on us. Don't let it go back to Amazon. Let it go to us sometimes. Okay? Good? Yes? Happy? Me too. I'm excited for this one. Let's flop on over to our game scene. We'll get our cameras set up. You never quite know what you're going to be confronted with camera-wise with these players, but we're going to get them all situated and wonderful. And we have Huffaluffagus looking all Huff-like. Huffladufster is here. All right, there's Huff. There you go. You got an air conditioning unit behind you. You got Venetian blinds. Everybody's feeling good. We got Steelce set up. Steelce. I want to say it's like Steelce. All right, there he is, Huffladufster. All right, reset that. All right, Steel's looking backwards. I don't know why Steel's looking backwards so much. Kind of looking for the pieces, I think. Listen, when I'm about to drop the pieces, I'll tell you. All right, you want me to drop the pieces? I'm dropping them right now. Here come the pieces. All right, here we go. So we got Big Steelce, Little Huff. I'm going to keep it that way because I like to see the rolling. So I want to see the rolling. That is what I want to see. So I'm gonna keep it that way. Usually I try to balance out the size of the players, given whatever I have available from the cameras. At least make them similar size. But I want to see rolling. Okay. Yeah, the overnight stream. Listen, you guys are going to think that it was like, oh, I did something wrong. No, but I ended the stream properly in OBS, the stream that we had. And I was in bed when this other stream started. I had no idea about it. I wouldn't say I was sleeping, but I was in bed. Okay. I don't know what happened or why or whatever. So that started on its own. I guess it's kind of a known issue that certain plugins can interact with OBS in certain ways to like spontaneously start streaming. So I just have to make sure I shut down OBS, I guess, which is kind of a pain because I like to keep it on. But yeah, it totally spontaneously started happening. And no one hacked. It's just like, it just happens. I don't know why that is. Camera zoom should be based on. While I was watching, I heard you come into the room and say, I peed 7 ounces. Did I say that? I'm pretty sure I did say something like that out loud. I think I did say something like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did say something like that. I didn't actually pee 7 ounces. I was joking with Sue, like, that I needed to pee 7 ounces. But yeah, that's funny. That's really funny. I don't weigh my pee, guys, okay? No, I know how much. I have certain like weight goals, and I basically, I was like 7 ounces short of my weight goal, and I was saying, oh, Pete, I peed 7 ounces or something like that, That's funny. Oh my God, today, Sue, it's 9.2 ounces. Yeah. But I don't weigh my pee, guys. I know, not like Howard Hughes with jars and everything like that. Not happening. That's funny. No, I'm not peeing in jars. Well, not anymore. Okay, I gave that up a long time ago. All right, looks like. Oh wait, there are no same P sets. Why did I generate P sets? There are no same P sets. I'm a little bit off today. Yeah, no, humor, right? Comedy. What's your P weight? PB? Oh my goodness. My PB? Well, let me tell you one thing, all right? I don't have the special P weighing toilet. There are no same P sets. It's low bars. Huff, it's low bars. I messed up by giving you seats. So go to drought. I messed up. Go to drought and set it to I. Yeah, I messed up by giving you pieces. Yeah, I messed up. That was my fault. So yeah, back in the day. All right, let me let you in on a little secret, guys. Okay, and I'm not the only one. All right, let me get these players started, then I'll tell you all about P. All right, Huff versus Steelce. This is not round 2. This is the top 16 of the Stupid Tetris Monthly No Bars November 2025. Huff versus Steelce. Let's get them started in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. This is red bracket ramblings. Yeah, for sure. You red bracket, you don't know what to expect. Okay. Anyway, listen. I was a professional poker player playing online tournaments back in the mid 2000s, right? Playing sit and goes. These are one table tournaments that start as soon as 9 players sit down. Okay. And I would play 24 tables at a time. And kind of a thing that poker players did, because you're playing 24 at a time and it's too costly to like stand up and go to another room to do something, well, you can kind of guess what poker players had to do in order to kind of manage this, because you couldn't just pause all the tables and say, oh, sorry, guys, I'll be right back. They're not going to wait for you. So that is what poker players, extremely online poker players, massively multi-tabling, did back in the day. Okay? That you had to, you had a Gatorade bottle, and if you had to go, you had to go. All right? That is just the reality of what it meant to be a massively multi-playing poker player back in the day. Okay? Anyway. On the left side of your screen, this is Stupid Tetris Monthly. You can say whatever you want. On the left side of your screen, it's Huffaluffagus. Seed number 3 qualified into this tournament with a 544,000. That was the average of his best 2 no bars games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Huff is ranked number 17 in the most recent Premier poll, a ranking of competitive Tetris players in both open and DAS playstyle tournaments. You can find the full rankings over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end, so spelled like Premier E-Poll, but it's really Premier Poll, but with an E. So you can find those rankings over there. Huffaluffagus is a 2-time CTM Masters event winner. He was the winner of our first ever No Cap November, actually. So that was 2 years ago this month that Huff won our first ever No Cap November. And here he is now in No Bars November. He also won a CTM back in September of 2022 and has won a bunch of stuff. Won the Honda Fan Cup, if you remember that, back in 2022. I don't know if he actually won a Honda. They should have given away a Honda. And also won the Columbus Regional in 2023, 22, 21. Won it 3 times in a row. Also high finishes in the Boston Regional in 25. Came in second in that same Columbus Regional in 2024. He is a 6-time CTWC gold bracket player with several high finishes. Best finish was in 2021, the second online year. Came in second place, was top 4 the previous year. Also played in Jonas Cup for the first time this year. A 4-time Mega Master. And was top 4 at our Lone Star Regional in 2022. You've also seen him in Minnesota, Midwest Regional, Philly, Houston, Detroit. This is one of these people that just goes all over the place playing Tetris Regionals and racking up high finishes. So there he is, Huffaluffagus. 104 for him. 103 for Steelce. It is Steelce. It's not Steelce. It's not Steelce. It's not Steelkey. It's not Steel. It's Steelce. Steelce qualified in with a 334,000. That was the course, again, the average of top 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifier. Steelce is from the United States of America. Really just started playing in main channel tournaments like this year. So played in Stupid Tetris Monthly, played in DAS Masters. Excuse me. We'll wait for match database to load up because I forgot to load it up. 147 for Huff, 137 for Steelce. It's going. It's trying. Yeah, so played in Stupid Tetris Monthly, played in our DAS Masters, Mega Dasters, won a round of that, and now is playing in our No Bars November. Defeated Tyler and Lucas, who are sad for not having won. So this is No Bar November. 171 for Huffaluffagus, 156 for Steelce. Huff is into 19 at 173. Now a perfect 19 transition in this mode would be about 251,000. And, you know, if you've got 200,000 or above, that is a very, very good transition. And anything north of like 175, really good. So Steelce into 19 at 174. Why are people still doing right well? For basically the same reasons that they do the right well in regular Tetris. Also, yeah, they are used to it. They're probably playing, you know, setting up consistently center wells or left well is probably a little alien and foreign. So, you know, just to stay consistent, not mess themselves up when they go to play like real Tetris. So, yeah, without the long bar, the triple becomes the most valuable line clear. It's 5,700 on 18, goes up 300 points every subsequent level increase. And, yeah, the only way when you don't have long bars, there are only two pieces you can use to make triples, and those are L's and J's. So you have to have a kind of particular looking setup to make triples with those. I keep saying Tetrises when I mean to say triples. And so, yeah, being left or right well oriented in, you know, in STM seems to still be the way to go. You could make an argument like, oh, well, maybe I could do some sort of advanced center welling, but you still run into the disadvantages of center welling, which is basically you have to maintain two stacks. And now, you know, you'd have to do it without the benefit of a long bar. So, yeah, being oriented toward left and right makes sense, at least here in Tetris. Maybe not in other things. But yeah, so you can see Steelce here, 255, 292 for Huffaluffagus. Huff, yeah, with that triple on the right side. Is there still a 39 cap for the rollers? Yes, there is a 39 cap in STM no bars. We do not want to go. It's not no cap, no bar. It's just no bars. We're going to keep the 39 cap. And there is a triple for Steelce, 276. Oh no, Huffaluffagus kind of in danger, and that's going to be a top up for Huff at 318. The chase down target for Steelce is 319, and he's got 22 lines to go. We'll need to get, I think, a couple of triples out of this. And the spin tuck of the T, it always looks very rumbly, so I kind of call it, in my mind, I call it like a rumble tuck, but it doesn't make any sense. There's no reason to call it that. All right, Steelce is set up for a triple, looking for the L piece. Gets it, 312, and another one, and that is going to do it. Steelce with the chase down in the waning levels of the 19 speed phase. So Steelce is good and will take game number 1. Steelce still with only like 8 matches in the match database. So Steelce not a lot of streamed games, but has also played a ton on Nestras.org. So there you go, 337. Exceeded his qualifying average with that, so that's good. You need water. All right, go get water. You can do it. Bendy says right well is still more efficient here. Yes. All right, we are still at 7. Oh, I'm a little lightheaded for a moment here. Steelce and Huff are gonna play round 2, but I want to remind you that we have a prize pool. I would love to get to $1,000 in that prize pool. That means we can pay the top 8. I really do want to pay those top 8. So if you can find $1, $5, whatever you got kicking around, let's chunk it in. Use that Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch or YouTube. Do my buttons work here? Are my buttons working? Yes, they are working. Good. LP's Drowse exists now. Now, I have heard an argument that maybe setting up on the left well instead of the right well has some advantage because I guess statistically J pieces, which you would use if you're set up on the left well, are like statistically slightly more prevalent, but I don't know if that's really a big enough effect to worry about. All right, looks like both players are ready. Huff and Steelce up 1-0 3-2-1 Tetris. I don't know that is enough. So over the course, let's see. So you're going to get, let's say you get to 39, 330 lines. Takes, let's see, multiply that by 2.5, right? Because it's 2.5 pieces per line. To like clear a line, you need to get 2.5 pieces, right? So 330 times 2 is 660 plus another 165. So like 825. So over the course of like 800, is that what it is? 825 pieces? So over the course of 825 pieces, like statistically, how many more J's are you supposed to get more than L's? I'm sure somebody in this chat knows the answer to that, but I don't. I don't think it's enough to be like, well, you know, I need to reorient my whole stacking brain to the left well, right? Is that right? Is my math correct? Did I just like totally botch all the math? Yeah, and so if it's 330 lines, that's 2.5 pieces per line, right? You get 32 J's for every 31 L's, just statistically. So over the course of, you know, 825 or roughly whatever it is lines, you might get 3 more J's. Something like that. So, yeah, I don't know. Is that worth totally reorienting your whole stacking brain? If you're totally fine just setting up on the left well all the time and that, but then again, you know, it's harder to work on the left well. I mean, like a lot of the same reasons you stack on the right side. You know, the main reason is because the long bar is oriented, it's offset to the right side. So it's easier to get over to the right side as opposed to the left. So, you know, you want to be able to Tetris as easily as possible with as low a setup on the right side as possible. But I think the way the pieces spawn still favor a right well, doesn't it? Even without the long bar? $80,000 here for Huff, 68,000 for Steelce. Yeah, Bendy says 3 J's over the course of a game. Yeah, it's just not. I've heard people say that, and you're like, okay, yeah, you're right. If it were just as easy to, you know, play left or right well, but I think it's still easier to play on the right well even without the bars. So I don't know. That's just me. People know way more about Tetris than I do. I'm just yapping. 91,000 for Steelce, 96,000 for Huff Duffster. So Huffaluffagus is also active this month in our No Cap November event. They'll be playing Cobra in the round of 16. Of course, Huff, a former winner of our No Cap November. We've done it 2 times already. This is the 3rd time. And Huff and Dog are the 2 former winners, and they are on opposite sides of the bracket. So This could be, I mean, could we potentially have a Huff versus Dog finals in no cap? I think no cap is like Huff's like preferred mode. He's kind of like against the line cap. So sorry, Huff. 139 for Huff, 136 for Steelce. Montrix GD says, bro, I was about to say, why are they burning so many lines? And then that kind of like smiling cry face or whatever. That's right. No long bars. Triples are what they want. Steelce is set up for one. That has to burn it down. You guess they turned on Crash because they don't want a repeat of Dog versus Scooty from last year? Well, I don't know. I like the dynamic. I mean, we do want a repeat of intensity and hype. And I don't know. I think there's something interesting about, okay, I'm going to like chill out for several, dozen levels and kind of prioritize lineout strats. But then all of a sudden those crashes come. And then you got to start thinking, well, where am I relative to the players or the other player? And I guess, man, I better start trying to catch up, right? So I think that's an interesting dynamic. I mean, how it took nearly an hour. I mean, it's going to take that long anyway, even with the crash. I mean, it takes like that long to get toward the crash anyway. So it's going to take a long time. I mean, yeah, not an hour, but it's like, their match did not go substantially beyond. Like, what was the highest level attained in that match between Scooty and Dog? I think he means an individual game took nearly an hour, but I mean, it's still less than that. 218 for Huff, 182 for Steelce. Steelce, of course, on the keyboard, Huff on the NES controller. Uh-oh, we're getting... All right, so it looks like Huff is going to hang on and take game number 2. Yeah, we got chat spoiler from Steelce there. So, Huff, you are good. Let me get some of this coffee going. Montrix says, why not rolling with the keyboard, you know? Well, that is a question you'll have to put to the keyboard players. I don't think it's as easy as just, oh, well, I can tap on a keyboard, so I'm going to start rolling on a keyboard. I mean, you got to roll on your own finger, like it's a little weird to do. Steel says it's so chopped. Hufflepuffus says keyboard rolling is low-key easier than NES rolling. IMO. Yeah, roll on your own. I mean, I don't know. I feel like in a way, your own finger is like it's kind of testing the big button roller, right? Because you turn your whole finger into a button. But that's all right. The finger addressing the key is only one button, so. All right, Steelce is doing the rolling right now. There you go. Huff's doing anything he can to get keyboard banned. I know, really. So, maybe we've had one keyboard winner in Masters, right? Maybe. No keyboard and no cap ultimate unk. Yeah. That is an unk take. All right. As soon as you get ready, we can go ahead and move on to game number 3, which we're about to do. So let's get them started in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, get off my Tetris lawn is Hufflepuffus. All right, Huff with the, there's Huff. Started off with a couple of squares. Oh, why did I put the seed in instead of the countdown? I did, sorry. Yeah, we're starting. Sorry, guys. I put the seed in instead of the countdown. I'm like a little bit... Listen, I haven't showered since yesterday. I'm still in my pajamas. I wasn't fully prepared to start the day. I'm also preoccupied with getting that burrito today. Did I forget to end the stream this morning, Vandy? No, the stream spontaneously started on its own. Not kidding. Literally, the stream spontaneously started on its own. It started at 11:45 p.m. my time. I was in bed, y'all. You know, after the stream yesterday, we watched a little bit of YouTube on the, living room TV. And then I go to sleep sometime in the 11 o'clock hour. I probably went to sleep at around, I don't know, or went to bed anyway around like 11:30, something like that. So it spontaneously started, and that was the same thing, I think, as the other day. So there's definitely something going on. So I'm just going to make sure to shut down OBS. I normally just keep it on because, I don't know, because lazy. But it actually does perform better if you turn it off. So I'll probably just turn it off from now on. And at the very least, like, mute everything at the end of the stream so you don't have to hear that I peed 7 ounces. All right, 57,000 for Huff, 65,000 for Steelce. Nerd the Box says, S placements from Steelce are great. Fun to see people figure out the stacking for this as the tournament goes on. Yeah, indeed. That S piece is like a super crucial piece for that right side, and you could just sort of keep a triple ready well going on that right side if you use the S piece the right way. So yeah, people are kind of figuring out the stacking for this. Super interesting. No surprise you didn't put the S over there in column 8-9, but I think I don't know. Steelce like bursts into like a fit of laughter every time I mention every time I mention that one topic. So I gotta stop. I gotta stop distracting the players. 101 for Huff, 91,000 for Steelce. No bars is cool. You have creative freedom how to set up triples. Yeah, it is an interesting mode. I don't know. I think people are kind of taking to it. So I don't remember if we did no bars in our original STM back in 20 and 21. But yeah, did we do no bars? 130 for Huff, 112 for Steelce. Is it the same seed? Says Peach Trees, welcome. No, unfortunately, we can't do same piece sets in a lot of the Stupid Tetris monthly modes because generally, like no bar, the drought setting is like a training mode. So I just don't think that Kurjava, I don't know, Kurjava, I'll say Kurjava. I don't know how to pronounce anything. I don't think Kurjava anticipated that people would be competing in these training modes. So no. But my understanding is that they now are like, oh, if people are going to compete in these modes, maybe we'll just allow same piece sets across the whole universe of training modes, which is great because that'll open up way more options for us in Stupid Tetris Monthly. So, eventually we'll get, I hope, a new release of the competition and training cartridge, and we'll have a lot more options available. I'm hoping for a Vits counter, so we can do a Vits, tournament without having to require EverDrive. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe 2026 or 2027. Not sure. Assuming we're still doing this. I always think it's the end. I like perpetually think like, well, guys, I mean, this is pretty much since 2019. It's been like, well, guys, this is the last month. Not sure I can do this anymore. I have a love-hate relationship with doing this. I love it, but I also feel like there's other things I need to do in life, but I can't stay away. So yeah, 216 for Huff. This is a great transition for Huffaluffagus into 19, 200K plus. You spent 200 on the EverDrive for that reason? Yeah, I mean, if you're going to take NES Tetris seriously as like a hobby and it's like one of your main interests, and I would recommend getting the EverDrive if you can afford it. I mean, people spend hundreds, thousands of dollars on a main hobby, and if this is one of your main hobbies, then just dropping $200 into it could be a good thing to do, because you're allowed to, you can play every ROM hack, you can participate in everything. I don't know. I think it makes a lot of sense. So 183 for Steelce, 259 for Huff. There is a triple for Huff, 266. All right, players, please, if you do experience issues, just keep playing. Just keep playing. If you do experience issues, I'm going to go ahead and refresh one of our players here. So yeah, players do continue to play. I think see what happens. Crizio carts are cheaper alternative. Yeah, the only thing you have to sort of be on the lookout for is whether what you have for like NES Tetris can like whatever your console is compatible with it, because some consoles conflict with it. So especially ones that run on emulation don't necessarily do well with flash cards, so you got to kind of do your research. 328 for Huffaluffagus, 233 for Steelce. Yeah, 333 for Huff into level 26. Steelce 250. Where Steelce has got some post 29 playability, keyboard tapper. We'll see what happens here. Steelce 100,000 points behind right now, but also 20 lines behind on our screen. You're waiting for the roll switch? Dude, imagine like a roll switch, like keyboard roll switch. It's coming. All right, Huff is into 29. He's got a 405. Steelce with the 306 and doing everything he can to try to get every point he can. Boy, the wrong L and the J keeps coming. There's the L. He's got another one. There's another L, 327. He's still 100,000 points behind, but also 30 lines back. So whatever he could do, post 29, I'm not sure what he'll be able to do here, but he would have some runway here. Huff's still going though, 459, and Steelce going to top out 334. Huff, you want to mullen it out, certainly continue to do it. Bro's going to beat my PB like 200K. We'll see. So Huff on 33. If you want to mullen it out, you don't have to. There's no law. It says you must. It's a long stream, so. But if you want to, you could potentially get, no one's cracked 600 as far as we know. Or if they have, it's not a video. But anyway, 503 for Huffaluffagus. That was pace, Huff. It really was. Yeah, it was. So, all right, Huff going to take game number 3. Go up 2-1. All right, this time I'll put the countdown and not the seed. Yeah, that's really good. That was really good pace. All right, Steel's going to need a moment. Run out of the room. Oh, I like the little wallpaper border in the room. Nice homey touches. All right. Is there a 39 cap this tournament? Yes, there is a 39 cap. So unfortunately, you know, I mean, somebody could get a infinite number of points in this mode, you know, if they rebirth it, but we haven't hit. I don't think we had anyone hit 39 cap in this tournament so far. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead. Oh wait, they're not ready. Steelce is just kind of sat down, but my tapping's kind of chopped. I'm low-key dancing 5 taps. Rip. All right, as soon as both players are ready, we can start. All right, let's go. Game number 4. Huff up 2-1. 3-1 Tetris. Oh, Commodore Friday, I missed your tier 1 sub earlier. He said, well, this is the kind of content that I canceled my cable TV for. Yes, indeed. I guess we should be like PG-13 with all this, all the content of this stream. Yeah, PG-13. All right, there's a triple for Steelce, 14,000, 17,000 for Huffaluffagus. There's a nice, easy triple. Yep, Catvinity's in here. Can't talk about anything good anymore. Catvinity ruins it again. What the heck is the tickling the controller voice? I mean, all right. I don't know how long you've been kind of watching, you know, CTM or any classic Tetris or whatever. But if you go on YouTube, oh, there we go. There's the elevated triple for Steelce. Yeah, that's the elevated triple. Sort of came out of like, I don't know. We don't know who the innovator was. Nobody wants to claim credit for it. I was calling it the Tris guy thing, the Evesy thing, this and that, but that elevated triple with the S is very interesting. Yeah, so back in the day when rolling started, you know, all the normies would go into like YouTube videos of people rolling and say like, and they would all make the same comment. Like,
why is he tickling the controller?
Or they'd say things like, well, I can't even say it. I can't, Catvinity's here, I can't say it, but. You know, you can imagine the YouTube commenters. It is red bracket though, so we should make red bracket like no squeakers allowed. Right? That's it. Catvinity, you're banned for red bracket. There's a triple for Steelce, 88,000, 116 for Huffaluffagus. Huff is pacing pretty well right now. But yeah, like everyone had the same jokes, right? The same innuendo. You made this Twitch account on your 13th birthday? Yep, Bear. Steelce with a Tetris 118, 144 for Huffaluffagus. All right, Steelce skimming and getting the triple 131. All right, Steelce with that elevated triple setup and gets it. The, sort of the brain trust who kind of pioneered and popularized that elevated triple wanted to call it the cerebral elevated triple. And I didn't think it was necessary to apply an honorific to it. So we'll just call it by a neutral name, the elevated triple. That's like when we were calling the Vits the death-defying vertical long bar slide. You didn't need to do that. Tetris for Steelce, 168, 182 for Huff. Remember, triples on this level worth 5,700 points. Once we get to 19, they'll be worth 6,000. They'll increase 300 points per level. Steelce 174, 195 for Huff. And Huff is set up. Has to kind of ruin the triple readiness there just to take burns to stay safe. There is a kind of an elevated, sort of non-standard elevated triple. But yeah, using that S piece to sort of overhang on the right side, that can get you triple ready. And Steelce is into 19 at 193 to 20 for Huffaluffagus. Yeah, let's move on to a different topic. Okay. All right, triple for Huff, 249. Guys, no cap is very silly, says Catvinity. Oh my goodness. All right, Huff still on the down stack, but is about 40,000 points ahead of Steelce, still behind in lines. So again, if Huff does somehow top out, then Steelce would, have additional runway, try and chase this down. And Huff very wisely, of course, avoiding long bar dependencies on the left side. And there's a triple for Huff, 293, 243 for Steelce. Steelce with the triple. Okay, Huff with a long bar channel over on the right. Can convert that into triples, and it is down stackable without bars. And Huff getting to work doing it. All right, Huff still working, but lower is, well, there you go. So he's going to cover that right side. Not quite triple ready yet. Just chunking it down. Steel's not really able to capitalize too much on this kind of dig from Huffaluffagus. There's a skim and a triple for Huffaluffagus. And another triple into 29 is roughly a maybe equivalent of like a 1.1 into 29. So good pace from Huff. And oh goodness, that's going to be a top out for Huff at 363. So Steelce trying to chase this down, needs to chase down a 364. Triples on 27 are worth 8,400 points. So I'm not sure this is within reach before 29. There's one, but he's going to try to get every single triple he can. There's another one. He's set up for another one and gets it. And really just needs to set up for as many as he can get. He's like three maybe triples behind, 4. And no is not going to be able to do it. So both players with the equivalent of max outs essentially into 29. And yeah, Huff is going to take this one 3-1. So GG's Huff. Let me go ahead and report. We'll run some ads. We'll get our next match set up. And GG's Steelce. You played great. Real pleasure. Sorry we talked about all those topics and distracted you, but you played awesome. I don't know what Steelce is talking about, but all right. All right, Huff. Steelce, you are dismissed. Please hang out and keep watching, though. Huff, you please stick around because you're going to play the winner. So let us get that going. So it's going to be goodbye 3. All right. And hello 6. And goodbye 19. And hello 11. All right, so we'll refresh our players, get their cams all situated, and we'll feel happy and good. Let's see what we got to work with over here on night side. All right, there we go. Keep it classic. Yeah, let me run ads on on the YouTube as well. And yeah, we'll just adjust these cams around. Get all that situated. Good job. GG. There's Bendy. Bendy. That'd be weird if his name was Bendy. Wait, is your name Bendy? Did we just find out your name? Oh my god. Is Bendy a keyboard player? No, Bendy would have a controller, but I think Bendy's tapping right now, like table tapping. Here, let's look. Well, let's see what we got. No, that should be, I think that's table tapping. Wait, what is happening? 110 lines tapping? Wait, really? Holy moly. What the heck? What is this guy doing? No bars, 110 lines tapping? Is that the world no bars tapping 29 whatever or whatever record? I don't know. I don't know what he just accomplished. Your 29 PB is 151. All right, well, that's a PB of sorts, so there you go. Obscure records. All All right, well, I don't know. We could be in for a banger here. Players, as soon as you are ready, we can begin the game. Does it count even though no bars? I mean, I don't know. I would say it does not count because, you know, while the bars are an opportunity, they are also a problem sometimes to be dealt with. And so if you eliminate an element of the game, then I would say no, but it makes it harder. But, you know, there's also, you know, a certain piece isn't coming. So I would say no, it does not count as your overall PB, but, you know, it's definitely something to be proud of. All right, looks like both players are ready, so let's go ahead and, all right, now we know where the players are sitting, so we can kind of orient them a little bit. Let's go ahead and get them started. I'll adjust the cams once they are underway. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, I got to figure out how the, you know, you never fully know before the match, like how these players are sitting and their, you know, game positions and all that. So now we're figuring it out. We've got Bendy versus Knight in this top 16 No Bars November 2025 match. I don't know. Should we do, like, I'm going to try to do STM or as long as, you know, we can. Should we just make November, like, November for STM, like, always? Oh, my God. Maybe we should. Catvinity says yes. All right. November. All right, I can't keep up with these players and their movements and their, you know, my goodness. All right, well, we'll make Bendy a little smaller just to, he's a little more mobile, this Bendy. No bar, November. Anyway, on the left-hand side, it is Knight. Knight qualified into this tournament into seed number 6. With a score. Can you believe it? Yeah, with a score of 489,000. That was the average of her best 2 no bar games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Knight is a Canadian and is ranked. Oh, I guess I didn't have Knight's Premier Poll ranking on the screen, but Knight is, oh no, I do. Knight is ranked number 8 in the most recent Premier Poll, a ranking of competitive Tetris players across open and DAS playstyles. You can find the full rankings over at premierpoll.com. Premier has an E at the end. So just type in, you know, premierpoll.com. Knight is a former Futures Circuit winner and has high finishes at several regionals, including Genesis and has played in CTWC Gold Bracket 3 times. Played at Jonas Cup last year and finished 10th. Went out to the ultimate winner of that tournament, Fractal. Played in Pumpy's one-day November tournament. Got top 8 in that. Played a bunch in Classic Tetris League. 2-time Mega Masters, had her best finish this year, top 16 finish, and also played in Mega Dasters this year. And in our DAS tournaments, Knight has played a bunch, has finished as high as the top 8, and played in a couple of those old school CT DAS tournaments that Scamper ran back in the day. So we're looking to see what Knight can do here in No Bar November. Knight, of course, in virtue of her top 8 qualifier, didn't have to play until the round of 16, so earned her way past the rounds 1 and rounds 2. On the right side of your screen, it's Bendy. 103 for Bendy, 102 for Knight. So a tight game here, at least score-wise. Knight is like 10 lines ahead, something like that. Bendy qualified into the tournament with a 373,000 average from the United States of America. Bendy is ranked number 6 on the DAS Premier poll. Made it into CTWC's gold bracket for the first time this year, has played in the silver bracket twice and won it in 2024. Has played in Mega Masters one time, played in Mega Dasters this year, and is a former finalist in our DAS Masters. That was back in January of this year. Former hopeful circuit winner also in 2023. Played in regionals in Vegas and was the first player ever to clear level 19 height 5 with DAS. 154 for Knight, 159 for Bendy. Now, Bendy may kind of switch play styles back and forth. You know, kind of was a DAS main for a while, tapping, table tapping. I can see Bendy tapping right now. 161 for Knight, 173 for Bendy. Now, of course, trivia question. Who is the first player to clear level 19, height 5 with any play style? Who knows? So Bendy was the first player to do it with DAS. Who was the first player to do it with any play style? Bendy, very interesting setup here. 191. So he seems to be really piling high in columns 9 and 10, and then kind of playing that well over in columns 7 and 8. Seems to be working out. He's got the lead, and he's back by 13 lines. Mark Mayer. German Mark. Do we have a lot of Marks in Tetris? I always say, Mark from Germany, but do we have a lot of Marks? So yeah, very interesting setups here for Bendy. 221 for Knight, 212 for Bendy. Knight back into the lead, kind of that Z flat over on the left side. It's going to slow her down a little bit. Oh, Mark and Mark Migas. Yeah, Mark PM0. So Knight in the lead. Bendy with a dig and is going to have to top out at 221. So Knight is going to take game number 1. So very interesting game 1 with Bendy kind of riding that column 8 well. Oh, Mark Triss on YouTube. That's true. Bendy says that well was not done on purpose. Well, I don't know. It was very interesting to play that way. You could sort of minimize, having to tap things over. Could be meta on kill screen. A lot of times new strategies and all that discovered by accident. So who knows? It's cool how you just went with it. All right, so we will begin game number 2 once Knight gets back. I can run a quick YouTube ad and annoy the YouTube viewers. If you don't want to see ads, you can subscribe to the channel, by the way, or become a channel member over on YouTube. So consider doing that. Oh, there's also Super Mark. That's right. See, it's the pink bracket now, so I have to be a little less spicy. I have to be more gentle. All right, looks like both players are ready. Knight versus Bendy. Knight is up 1-0. 3-1 Tetris. Oh, sorry, I was muted. Thank you so much, Lori, for gifting 5 memberships over on YouTube. Really appreciate that. Thank you for that. It's amazing support. Really appreciate it. We have new memberships and new members. Corn Eng, Avi, Just Me, Chris, Daniel, and the Great Ocean Disaster Aquariums all received gift memberships over on YouTube, courtesy of Laurie. So thank you so much, Laurie. Really appreciate that and your support overall. And yeah, I don't ignore YouTube. The problem is there's a lot of YouTube comments. There's a lot of Twitch comments relative to YouTube comments. And I use a unified chat. So a lot of times, the Twitch comments like swamp the YouTube ones. Like they scroll them out of view faster. So I just see more Twitch in my unified chat. So my apologies, YouTube, if you feel like you're left out. But I do, read comments when I see them. I just don't have I can't be scrolling up and down. Back in the old days, oh my God, I would ignore major happenings on the screen with chat. But that was more when it was like there was no prize pool. It was kind of just starting. It was new and it was more just kind of casual. Now it's very intense. And also we weren't on YouTube back then. So we were only on Twitch. So, now it's very serious. So I have to keep my eyes here on the action. All business. That's right. Serious stuff is easy. Laurie says it's fine. We have fun over here making fun of it. Yeah, it's a little bit of a pity party over on YouTube. They're like, oh no, Bendy gonna fall short, kind of moving that L to the left. So now a little bit of a down stack. Knight with a bit of a messed up board as well. Yeah, so a little bit of a, pity party over on YouTube. It's like, Vandy doesn't ever read our chats. Vandy doesn't read our chats. We have to pay to play. He'll only read them if someone gives some membership. 104 for Bendy. He's going to get a triple 110. 102 for Knight. Classic Tetris YouTube channel ignores you. Yeah, I do notice I don't tend to look at YouTube as much. But they could also be using a unified chat, and there's a ton of chat on Twitch, and so probably again it's just an issue of it getting bumped up too quickly. And it's hard to follow conversations, on YouTube a little bit just because of that unified chat. Because maybe you're seeing like one message that's a response to somebody's message, but it's already scrolled up so far that you just can't see it. So really the issue is we got to do better on YouTube. So, we need more YouTube viewers. fewer Twitch viewers, right? Just get rid of, you got to show up, YouTube. 147 for Bendy. Whoa, no, that T up there. It's all right. It's coming down. No big deal. Bendy is undeterred. Kick a random person out of Twitch. There's one instance I can recall when CTWC YouTube channel read a YouTube message. I think Kingsman reads it. I don't think they can do it for the live events. Guys, the live events are so chaotic. And, you know, the YouTube... Oh, my goodness, Bendy. Not happy with that. But, yeah, the live events are so chaotic that they can barely read chat at all. 167 entry into 19 for Knight. So, you know, they can't be sitting around. And usually they don't have room to see a unified chat console. Like, they usually just open Twitch, and because a lot of the mods are on Twitch, and I don't know, it's just... But yeah, you're right. We have to do better to make sure you don't feel left out. So I'll see if there's something I can do there. Because you are part of this. Now, for the longest time, you guys were not part of this. You guys never contributed anything, never subscribed, never contributed to the prize pool. But now, you know, you're holding your own. So we got to make sure that you feel included. 198 for Bendy, 198 for Knight. So we are super tight. Cloudy Shoe says, at the live events, they have to decide when to move to the back of the head cam in the middle of the action. Yeah, true. You're right. They have a lot going on. I've been yapping a lot today. I feel kind of lightheaded just from yapping. So I'm really looking forward to getting my burrito, which I'm going to get after this. And then I got to hole up and a coffee shop and just, you know, I got stuff, I got work I got to do. Not Tetris related, but... My 1.5 pound burrito. Evesy, like, it's so good. Oh, no, Bendy with that TPs. Oh, this is a mess. And that is going to be a top out for Bendy. Bendy can't believe it. He's angry. He's incredulous. He's calling. He's saying, hey, controller malfunction. What the hell is this? What can you believe? Look, he's so mad. A burrito from where? Cabo Bob's. How many hours did I fast? I don't remember. Let me check my thing. Last eating day was Thursday, so this is like a 72 hour. Hey, Bendy, like, swear at the... Here, yell at the chat again. Beating his controller. He's mad. All right, so Bendy gonna try to get things sorted with his tapping a little bit. Hufflepuffus says, I need to lose weight. I will join you in the fasting starting now. All right. Consult your doctor. I'm not bad, just breaking the controller to fix it. You looked a little mad. All right. We'll let him try to work out his issues here. Give him a moment. And then once you're ready, we can begin. To be fair, says Colin, that's how we fix old electronics in the 90s. Yeah, true. But you like this? You know. All right, looks like all right. Sorry. I can send Morse code on that thing. Should I? Oh, wait, you're mad. Oh, I didn't know your ears were hurting. Oh. Oh, no. I didn't realize it was hurting your ears. I didn't realize. I won't do the beep anymore. All right, no more beefing. No, promise. No more beefs. No more beefs. I didn't realize they were that loud. I didn't think they were that loud. I thought they were no louder than the music. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them started. Yeah, apologies. I didn't think they were loud. All right, Knight up 2 games to none. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh yeah, see, when it hits on my meter, it's hitting very low, so I'm not sure why it's so loud to y'all, because it's not hitting louder than the music on my meter, so that's really weird. All right, well, I'll look into it. All right, Bendy is dassing. It was louder than the music, but not louder than my voice. It wasn't so loud. All right, well, anyway. No more censored. Back to serious Tetris Monthly now. Yeah, the censored is censored. Yeah, like it said it was like no louder than the music, so it's kind of weird. I don't know what happened. So my apologies. I didn't mean anything. $35,000 for Knight, $35,000 for Bendy. All right, Knight trying to just get the right L or J. Finally gets a L down, but yeah, that left side is going to require some work. Now, of course, no long bars to work with, so this is going to be a little bit of a down stack here. All right, Bendy. Oh, no, Bendy kind of in trouble here as well. Oh, no, that's going to be a top out for Knight. And Bendy is good and will take game number 3. Vandy, please don't use that soundboard ever again. Well, I guess I won't ever use it again. All right. We should implement that little S setup as an actual technique. Oh, the elevated triple. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a technique in this. I don't know how important it is for regular NES Tetris, but you could definitely do it if you've got like an adjustment coming in. I mean, I think it's kind of a named adjustment. All right, looks like Bendy gonna take a moment here. So let's go ahead and remind you want to support the players, you can do it. Use the Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. And that will bring up some links, and you can go ahead and support the players. This was all a ploy? No, hardly. Matro ETN, thanks for the membership. Appreciate that. Use the Matcherino command to bring up the links to support the channel. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't during a game, so, you know, I don't know. I'm sorry, but okay. Looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them counted down. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, a double and a triple for Knight to start off with. Bendy starts off with a triple. And another triple for Bendy. Going to take that burn and another triple. Laurie with the $20 contribution to the prize pool. That's going to get us up to 810. $49 here for Knight, $45,000 for Bendy. Oh. My Discord, I got, all right, don't. I should have no notifications. Why? That should not have been a thing. Yeah, my Discord notification went off. Yeah, why didn't that? That doesn't make sense. Oh, we'll quit that. $83,000 for Knight, $82,000 for Bendy. No, Bendy ahead by about 14,000, ahead by 4 lines. All right, Bendy gonna knock down a triple. 155, 150 for Knight. Am I muted? No, just nothing. I'm just watching Tetris with y'all. All right, triple for Knight, 163, 169 for Bendy. There's a Tetris, 174. Bendy ahead by about a triple's worth of Tetris. Gets another triple. Knight is into 19 at 194. So very healthy transition for Knight. Bendy is in at 200K plus. So Bendy about, right now, lines 2 apart. Bendy had by 15,000. That's about, a little over 2 triples. All right, Knight in cleanup mode a little bit here. Bendy at 263, 265. Knight. Close in score. Bendy has a few lines in hand. But Knight with the better board right now. So still really, really close score-wise. I mean, practically the same score, a few lines apart. Knight knocks down a couple triples, 304. And we are approaching level 29 on Knight side. 6 lines away, 2 triples available. Still 2 triples available after that double. There's one. And yeah, not going to be able to get one before, but there's one right after. 370. Bendy. Uh-oh. Bendy, oh no, that's going to be a top out for Bendy at 329, and Knight is good in game number 4. Goes up 3 games to 1. So Knight is going to take this one, and both players have advanced Knight and Huff to the top 8. And I should probably report that to the, to the thing. Knight with the 443. There's one. So yeah, Knight, good attempt here. We'll see where this can go. Oh no, it's gonna be a top out. But it doesn't matter. Knight will be advancing. Three games to one. So it's going to be Huff versus Knight in the next round. Bendy, pleasure as always. Hope to see you again in future events. One of these days, he's going to take one of these events down. I know it. I know it. So we'll go ahead and set up our next match, and then we will be ready to determine one of our semifinalists. If my buttons would work. All right. Oh my God, it's Huff versus Bendy. What the heck? All right, we'll go ahead and adjust our little cameras here. Do. Boopity boop. Nope. So again, thank you for the prize pool contribution. Oh, it's going to make me log in again. Rip. There we go. Thanks again for the prize pool contribution from Laurie. Really appreciate that. $20. It's going to get us up to 810, so 190 away. From getting our goal. And if we get to our goal, then both of these players will be in the prize pool. If we don't, then one of these players will be left out of the payout. So 190 away, I'm sure we'll get there. If you want to contribute to the prize pool, use that Matcherino command. I'll bring it up for you. You can click on the link for no bars. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. All right, just give me about 60 seconds. I'll be right back. All right, players, it is time to get this underway. Huff versus Knight, top 8. Winner goes to the semifinals. I'm going to just kind of show you where we're at. Is this last month? Yeah, this is last month. So let me just update the URL. Or the previous STM. Ready? So yeah. Huff versus Knight. First one's into the top 8. We will be determining a semi-finalist. And the winner of this will play against the winner of like Pixelandy, Chroma, Blue Scooty, and to be determined. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them started. Game number 1 of this top 8 match. Stupid Tetris Monthly, no bars, November. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side of your screen, it's Huffaluffagus seed number 3. Qualled in with a 544,000. That was the average of his best 2 no-bar games. Played in a 1-hour qualifying period. Huff ranked number 17 in the most recent Premier poll. That's a ranking of Tetris players across both DAS and open competition. You can find the full rankings over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end, by the way. Huffaluffagus, a 2-time CTM Masters event winner, was the winner also of our, well, not also, but part of that was winning our first ever No Cap November back in 2023. Huff is also still active in our No Cap tournament this month and also playing in no bars. So, you know, hey, take something away. Huff is like, I'm all for it. You have seen Huffaluffagus. Well, where haven't you seen Huffaluffagus? You've seen him in CTWC. Has been in the gold bracket of CTWC 6 times. Has finished as high as 2nd place. She did in 2021. It was Dog versus Huff in those finals. And it was actually Dog versus Huff in the semifinals the previous year as well. Huff was in the semifinals of that, so 2 great appearances, also 2 top 8 finishes in CTWC. Huff played for Jonas, played in Jonas Cup for the first time. He's won the Columbus Regional like a bunch of times. It was 3 times in a row from 21 through 23, and also was the runner-up in that Columbus Regional in 2024. So Huff kind of owns that regional. So if you're going to go to that one, you just better be prepared to try to get through Huff. I've also seen him in Milwaukee, Minnesota, Detroit, Philadelphia. Did I already say Philadelphia? I don't think I did. Houston. And played in Pumpy's one-day tournaments as well. Also Boston. Won the Honda Fan Cup back in the day. They did not give out a Honda, but he took home $3,000 for that one, which is his best money finish in a Tetris tournament, as far as I can tell. You could buy a used Honda. You could buy like an 87 Honda Accord for that. All right, 105 for Huff, 122 for Knight. On the right side, it is Knight, qualled into seed number 6 with a 489,000. She's ranked number 8 in the most recent Premier poll. Knight is a future circuit winner and has several high finishes at regionals, including at the Genesis Open and DAS tournaments this year. Was top 3 there. Played in CTWC Gold Bracket 3 times, once in the online years. Was 10th in Jonas Cup last year. And has played in Mega Masters twice. Das Masters, Das Champions League. And a bunch in Masters. And our Das Masters as well. As a top 8 finish in Das Masters in June. 169 for Knight, 147 for Huffaluffagus. So players are playing with no long bars. That means the triple is their best line clear. That's worth 5,700 points here on level 18. And you need either an L or a J to clear a triple, depending on how you have set up your triple ready well. And yeah, the best, or at least what players seem to be doing, is setting up a kind of double wide well on top of a one wide well, and then putting that L piece over on the right side of the board. 180 for Huff, 208 for Knight. We're on level 19. Oh, and unfortunately, my burrito place is closed on Sunday. Can you imagine such a thing? What the heck? $259 for Knight, $231 for Huffaluffagus. So no burrito for Vandy today. All right, so players fairly close score-wise. Huff back by 6 lines. 15,000 points back. There's a triple for Knight, 294. Triple for Huff, 291, 318 for Knight. Skimming, waiting for the gray L. Gets the couple of gray L's here. 339 for Knight. Now, players do not have same piece sets, so RNG certainly can be a factor, but we do play best of 5s, so that should hopefully offset some of the factor that, or the role that RNG can play. Same piece that's not available in this mode, and yet we still want to play this mode, or at least I want to do it. So if we want to, that's what we got to do. So Huff in kind of a serious situation. I'm not sure he's going to be able to survive, and no, that's going to be a top out for Huff at 316. So Knight is good in game number 1. All right, when the players are ready for game 2, we can start. But, you know, like, take a moment. This is intense, okay? Stupid Tetris Monthly is intense. All right, both players are ready. Let's go game number 2. Huff looking to tie it up. Knight ahead, 1 game to none. 3-2-1 Tetris. So game number 2 underway. Huffaluffagus defeated Steelce in round 3, the top 16, to get here to this top 8. Knight defeated Bendy. So both of our top 16, or I'm sorry, top 8 seeds defending their top 8 placements in the bracket. And now we get to actually play the top 8 match. It's kind of how I look at it, right? You know, with these flat brackets, and you kind of have to defend yourself from the lower qualifying players, kind of justify your ranking by at least playing a game to get to, you know, oh, I qualified in the top 8. Do I get to play in the top 8? No, you gotta play at least one match to get there. $48,000 for Huff. There's a nice triple. $60,000 for Knight, who is set up and gets one. $66,000. Evesy says it could very well be all top 8 Cs as the 8. O and Kirby will be close. Yeah, Kirby and O will be a very tight one. Not sure how that one will go. Not sure how any of them will go. All right, don't worry about the cam. Just keep playing. You know, do not worry about it. Oh. All right. I think we're going to go ahead and replay that. Huff did not get the message. Yeah, Huff, you can just keep playing. But that's fine. We're going to redo this one. Remember, players, if you do experience tech issues, just keep playing. I guess I never said if you drop the camera, just keep playing. So I guess I'll have to add that. But it's okay. We understand that. You did not want... And who knows what, camera drops. What is it showing in the room, right? Maybe some crazy evidence of a crime or something. We don't want you to get, we don't want you to get raided. All right, let me go ahead and fix this up a little. Oh, yeah, the masking tape, trying to tape that camera in place. Right. Ring the bell, Charlie. All right. Okay, it is secure. All right. No worries. All right, it's the real. The players would move the TVs, then you'd have to readjust the, yeah. Players, right? Classic Tetris would be so much better if it weren't for the players, Colin, right? Am I right, bro? Am I right? All right. It's like both players are ready. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So it's the real game number 2. Yeah, oh, see, Colin, I was only kidding, but Colin agrees 100%. Colin, oh my God. It was a sting operation to get toxic, to get Colin to say something toxic about Classic Tetris community. And I uncovered the truth. Colin's real feelings. Oop. Well, it was close anyway when that cam thing happened, so no harm, no foul. Triple on the left well for Huff, 32,000. All right, Knight with a bunch of stuff over the well over on the right is set up for a triple. Has to kind of take a double and block before the L comes in. And there is the L and the triple. Paldas Tetris Raid Party 9. Evesy says these players get to play a bit of stupid Tetris and win $100,000 in prize money while Vandy withers away in his moldy apartment. I know that, but that's the life I have chosen, Evesy. All right, Knight at 99,103 for Huffaluffagus. So 7,000 points apart. You know, basically one triple apart. But Knight ahead by 7 lines. All right, both players clean boards. Huff trying to get set up for a triple. Knight gonna knock one down. Stay triple ready there. Has to take a double and reset up. And triple for Knight. Just gonna be set up for another one. Reestablishes here. Huff 167, Knight 157. Knight. It's one more triple available. Before that 19 transition, I'm going to get at 175 entry into 19. Huff has two more available. There's one. He's going to have to take a double here. He could still get another one, though, and he is set up for it, and he is going to get it. So he is in at 185. So Huff with the lead, a small lead at the 19 transition. $213 Knight, $219 for Huff. All right, a couple triples here for Huff. 234, 222 for Knight. I keep waiting for like one just totally sporadic long bar to appear. So, a bit of a banger going on right now. 267 Huff, 259 for Knight. He's going to have to create a long bar dependency, two of them now, so those will have to be chopped down. And she's doing it. And she's set up for triple and gets it. 285 for Knight, now 297 for Huff. And, of course, two rollers here, so I don't know that we've really had super deep, like, post-29 battle yet. Tetris, wow, coming in with the humorous comments here. It says, dude, this drought is unreal. Well, Tetris, I'll have you know that this is a no-bar tournament, so it's an infinite drought. It's a pretty good joke, Tetris. I liked it a lot. I wish that I had thought of it. 333 for Huff, 349 for Knight, into 29 first. Huff has still got like 13 lines to go. Gets a triple, 344. All right, Huff is set up for a triple, which he would take it to 29 if he gets it, and he does. And another one. There we go, Huff, 372 into 29. So Huff has the advantage at 19. Knight is ahead by 14 lines, already into level 31. Huff is here on 30, but the scores are close. And Huff on the down stack. Oh no, that left side is going to be tough. He's going to have to chop that down. And no, that's going to be a top out for Huff, and Knight is going to go up 2 games to none. Add a drought counter. In the ecstasy of order, they told us a drought this long was unsurvivable. Yeah, that's right. A ROM hack of NES Tetris I used to play on actually has a drought counter. That's right. There are ROM hacks that have drought counters on them. The old, I think the statistics ROM, and I think there's a Tetris rate ROM and a bunch of other ROM hacks that have it on there. All right, looks like both players are ready. Game number 3, Knight and Huff. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Remember, we're $190 away from paying our top 8. That will ensure that both of these players and all of our top 8 finishers get a prize. So whatever you can do to help us advance that number. We've already had some great support this stream. So if you want to help us get closer, then there are the links. Use the one that says no bars and head on over to Matcherino. And if you're watching the VOD of this, then you can find the link in the description. Yeah, Tetris, I mean, you know, across the entire output of Flex Style, just banger after banger, so it's another good one. It's much better 19 music, though, or 29 music, especially. I got to time it, you know, you got to sort of time it. Sharky used to have different songs for 18 and 19 during Gauntlet. So you just cut off one song right in the middle and then go... Or was it just kind of like an endless loop kind of song thing and then you just kind of switched? You just cut it off. All right. Awkward. Triple for Huff, 93,000, 86,000 for Knight. Oh, Knight, a little bit of tricky business there, but bringing it down low enough. Should be safe. Famous last words. Of course, nothing is ever safe in NES Tetris, is it? So, all right, this is getting kind of dire here for Knight. All right, starting to come down. Excellent dig so far for Knight. Can she close it out? And, oh, gonna pass on a triple. I think that's the other thing is... players are not used to sort of going for those triples, and sometimes the recognition is like, oh, it's just kind of going to pass on one, right? So there you go. Triple for night 137, or maybe the leave after getting the triple maybe wasn't ideal. So maybe wanted to build up a little bit more. Not sure if that was conscious or not, but that does, that could be a factor, I guess. Oh no, kind of a missed rotation there for Knight. Gonna turn into another dig. Huff is at 167, Knight 157, and into 19, and that's gonna be a top out for Knight at 160. And Huff is good in game number 3. Dan 4039 says, WTF, not a single long bar. I know, crazy drought, right? Oh my God. Wow. Oh, everybody's doing the same joke across both platforms. All right, looks like both players are ready. Game number 4. Knight up 2-1. Huff needs to win to force a game 5 decider. Let's go 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Oh, camera froze? Oh, all right. Well, I guess we're not starting. Don't start. Don't start. Oh my God, Huff doesn't listen to oh my God. Top out. This is top out. Camera problems, guys. Camera problems. We're going to top out. We're just going to top out and restart. Okay. Thank you. All right. All right. You both each get docked a point. So we're back to 1-0. All right, both players ready. Game number 4. Huff looking to tie it up. Knight up 2-1. 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Game number 4 underway. Winner of this will move on to the semi-finals. Triple for Huff, 40,000. 39,000 for Knight. The Knight with that long bar dependency over on the left side. So that is something that's gonna have to be dealt with. And it's gonna turn that into a triple opportunity, looking for the Blue Jay. And there's the Blue Jay, there's the triple, but top of the stack gets a few holes added to it. They're not necessarily building a well if there's no bar. Sometimes you are forced into trying to keep the stack clean, and so that's going to lead to a long bar dependency, but those can be turned into triple opportunities in a lot of times, so it's not fatal. And you kind of have to build your triple opportunities essentially above a Tetris well, or kind of the beginnings of a Tetris well. So, all right, so Huff is on the dig. And Knight with a kind of a low dig, but both boards coming down. Is there a no S or Z tournament? That would be heaven. Well, I mean, there could be in theory, but we don't have a way to do it on the competition cartridge. There's no kind of selectable. There's not really a way to do it. I mean, you can make a ROM hack, but then players would need to be able to play a ROM hack, and not a lot of players can play a ROM hack. So. Next month should be only bars. Yeah, not as interesting as you might think it is. I mean, you can play that on. There are ROM hacks and Game Genie codes for all bars, and it's you do it once and you don't really want to do it again. And and there's no interesting like setups like here with no bars. We're kind of like there's kind of a lore and a meta being established and figured out in real time. So it's been super interesting to watch that happen. In no bars, it's really not that complicated, You can kind of play it. It's almost meditative, but I don't think there's anything interesting strategically going on. Not much anyway. 172 for Huff, 179 for Knight. We're on level 19 now. Knight ahead by 8 lines. I think slightly more interesting would be a 7-bag tournament, which is basically smooth out the RNG. And that would essentially test players' kind of default stacking because there's essentially no droughts. Is no cap November 19 starts? No, it's 18 starts. But I think it would only be slightly more interesting. I think some people would learn oh, I don't stack as well as I think I do. I'm all roll, no stack, right? Some people would learn that about themselves. And then some people would kind of emerge as the, stack experts that we know that they are. Yeah, there is a 7-bag ROM hack. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to configure it on the gym cartridge, and I'm kind of restricting us to things that you can do on the gym cartridge. Hannes says you can put 10 vertical bars or 2 stacks of 2 horizontal bars plus 2 vertical bars for Tetris. The possibilities are endless. I know, right? There's so many things you can do with all parts. We have both kinds of music, country and Western. Pretty much what you can do. 289 for Knight, 280 for Huff. Oh, Hannes, not Hana. Hannes. Or maybe it's Hans, I don't know, but 318 for Knight, 289 for Huff. Huff needs to win this one to stay in and force a decider. Well, I says Hannes says, right? So it elided. Guys, I elided on the internet. I'm so sorry. Pop up ya. I'm gonna pop up you right in the face, Tetris. All right, Knight is into 30 at 370. Huff still at 324, 4 lines away. There's one triple, and he's set up for another and gets it into 29 at 341. Is the next STM format decided? Yeah, we're gonna do no rotation in January. So slow mode. So get ready for level 0 starts, guys. It's gonna be exhilarating. 417 for Knight, 379 for Huffaluffagus. Make it level 39, no rotation. The Zoltan Trisky final is going to be elite. Yeah, I still have to decide if it's, top 16 or top 32. I can't imagine 32 people want to play no rotation or can play it in a way that is interesting on stream. Yeah, I would not do 32. Yeah, I think we'll just do 16. But what if Zoltan and Trisky don't make it in? Like, should we just have a special pass for them? They're automatically in? All right, 488 for Knight, 447 for Huffaluffagus. Knight on level 37, Huff on 35. Knight has exceeded her qualifying average and is now into 38. Trying to just get any last point she can in this one. And there is a triple into 39. And 543, that is the target for Huffaluffagus. Triples here worth what, 9,000 or 8,700? So not sure what he's going to be able to do unless he can just set up for a bunch of triples. There's one, they set up for another. Maybe he needs to set up for multiples. There's another one, 541. Oh no, that is going to be a top out for Huff, and Knight is going to hang on. Needed to set up for 2 triples. Oh, 11,700. Oh yeah, you're right. 11,700, right? Not 9,000. Oh my word. So Huff needed to set up for 2 or get another line clear after, but wasn't able to do it. So close, and Knight will be advancing to the whatever it is. What is it called? To the semifinals. So yeah, GG's to Knight for advancing. You did amazing. You are a bracket winner. Oh wait, it says you're not the next box champion. Hold on, let me get rid of that. There you go. You're a stupid Tetris Monthly bracket winner. Oh my god, wow. Wowies. What are those? That's Pog Tristop. What are you talking about? Wow. All right, congratulations. You will be representing the red bracket in the semifinals. Let me go ahead and report this to the proper authorities, and we will show you the brackets and all that. 3-1. And Huffaluffagus, you played great. What a match right at the end. Good luck in No Cap November. And hope to see you again in future events. All right. Pog Tristop disturbs you? Yeah, a lot of things seem to disturb you, Steelce. I don't quite understand, but whoa, Pog Tristop. That is an old school emote, so that's been around a while. All right, let's take a look at our whatever we got. What is this? The bracket? Yeah, here it is. So tonight we'll be in to the semifinals. And yeah, Knight gonna take that on double on the super kill screen, which is crazy. All right, what do we have left? I mean, here's the whole tournament right here. So we still have one left to do in the teal bracket to get to a full top 16. And then we basically have 3 more top 16 brackets and then the overall semis and finals. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more broadcasts. That's it. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Van Dweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day. That's going to do it for us. I want to thank everybody who supported the stream. Commodore Friday, YouTube memberships. Oh, they got @ symbols now. They didn't have @ symbols before, and now they do, so that's disturbing me a little bit. But Commodore Friday with the resub on Twitch, appreciate that. Lori gifted some memberships. Eng, Avi, Just Me, Chris, Daniel, Great Ocean Disaster Aquariums, Major Retien with the sub, Raids, Adam Irison, Paldas Tetris. Thank you so very much. Patrons, thank you so much. Cock Ray J in the window, K9 Tacky, Middlesburger, Corporal Shelby Jr., Troy Dan, Kim Emerald, Potato Cat, Joven T, Jason Sunny, patreon.com/monthly Tetris. Thank you so much. Support us. You can find the links in the description over on YouTube. Prize pool 810. We had contributions this stream. Amazing. One this stream anyway from Lori. Thank you, Lori, for that $20. So lots of support from Lori today. Really appreciate you. Next stream, nothing today. That is it. Go enjoy your Sunday. But the next stream, let me bring up Discord and check the schedule. The schedule says that tomorrow there is one match. Masters Teal, round 2, 6 p.m. Texas time. Miles versus Kirby in the Masters event. The winner of that goes to the top 16. So that's this one. That's this one. Eventually we'll take on Neko. That's it. That is the only thing on the schedule tomorrow. There's nothing Tuesday so far. There's a couple on Wednesday, one at 9 a.m. Colby versus Allenbot. That'll finish out the Stupid Tetris Monthly. That'll finish out the top 16 for that. Then there's a Masters match, which is Masters Orange. I mean, so yeah, I'm sure more stuff will emerge and be scheduled throughout the week. So anyway. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for me. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Appreciate y'all. Have a beautiful day. YouTube, Chris W., Wieneman, Jade, or Branches, Marktris, Searbeck's Finland Exploration. Thanks for hanging out. All the stars are here. Okay, take care, everybody. And thanks again, Lori, for your memberships and Matritia for your membership. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, Twitch, we'll go ahead and find a landing space for you. We can raid, because you got to raid people. You know, I see people that just don't raid people, and they got hundreds and hundreds. Raid because you got to raid. Whoa, whoops. You know, there's me jabbering. Yeah, we're going to go over to Hydrant Dude. I don't know exactly what he's doing over there, but he's got some Kallax bookshelves. I think he's got the 5x5 Kallax, which is like, that's like God tier Kallax right there. So we're going to go over to Hydrant Dude. Unless, is Hydrant Dude playing in an event? I don't want to raid a person who's playing in an event. Oh, no, it's Marfram. We're going to go to Marfram. Yeah, we'll go to Marfram, who's actually hosting the event. Any DAS versus rollers. That's what we're going to do. Because Hydrant Dude is playing right now on that. So, yeah, Marfram, you're right. Okay. Yeah, it was like, he looks like he's playing an event because, you know, he's got perfect cameras. So people aren't going to have a nice camera. They're just going to have like all kinds of goofy crap on the screen when they're streaming for themselves. All right, Marfram, go check out any DAS versus roll tournament. Should be very interesting. Players have can choose any DAS setting they want and go up against rollers, and we're going to settle the ultimate question of who is better, any DAS players or rollers. Let's go. Bye-bye.